Hey there, what's going on guys? Today let's check out 5 mansion seeds for Minecraft Java 1.14 versions. I'm recording this video in 1.14.4. These seeds only work for Java Edition, so no, they do not work for Bedrock Edition versions of Minecraft. All the seeds in this video were discovered by myself. The basic criteria I used while working on discovering these seeds was just to have a naturally generated woodland mansion within about 1,000 blocks or so away from your spawn location. There will be a link in the description to a blog post on my website that has all of the information for the seeds and the coordinates listed for easy access for you. With that said, let's check out these 5 mansion seeds. I want to start off with a seed that features a mansion that is about 985 blocks away from your spawn location. Before heading to the village though, let's check out some things along the way. First, only about 230 blocks away from spawn is a witch hut. Witch huts are not the most exciting thing to see, but there are a few of these on the way towards the mansion, and it's at least nice to know it's there. Also, underground nearby this witch hut is a skeleton spawner. Skeleton spawners within a decent distance from your spawn location are always nice to find. They're incredibly useful. Heading towards the south, over the mountains about 375 blocks away, will bring you to another witch hut, the second witch hut along the way towards the woodland mansion. And finally, a trek over 700 blocks to the west will bring you to the third and final witch hut I'm showing you today. This witch hut is the closest one to the mansion. In fact, it's right next to the mansion, and you can see the mansion while you're at the hut. Finally, at the mansion, I will point out that there are 7 rooms at the top floor to give you perspective on how big the mansion is. On the second floor of the room, I found one of my favorite types of mansion rooms, the cat room. It's always fun to explore different types of rooms within a woodland mansion. So yeah, there's this seed with plenty of witch huts to explore along the way to the mansion. Next up, I want to share a seed that features icebergs right near your spawn point. I've mentioned within seed videos before that I like the different types of ice biomes in Minecraft, specifically the ice spikes biomes and frozen ocean icebergs. I like the packed ice blocks, and I think icebergs just add some cool detail to a typical Minecraft world. Underneath your spawn location in this seed, you'll see when I go into spectator mode that there are plenty of ravines around the area. There's also a zombie spawner in the general area too. It connects to a cave with water running into it, and that cave continues to go deeper underground. And then it leads into a ravine, which is just always nice to find. Back above ground in the ocean, you can find this shipwreck, which I wanted to point out because it looks like it could have crashed into an iceberg. And of course, the 2 chests in the shipwreck are nice too, with awesome loot in one chest and a treasure map in the other chest. Now finally, heading towards the mansion, you can stop at a village along the way. It's always useful to stop at villages to explore them and loot, especially after the changes to villages in the recent version of Minecraft. Additionally, this particular village is useful to stop at because there is a mine shaft underneath it. I mean, mine shafts aren't all that exciting, and I think they do need an update, but they at least make mining a bit more enjoyable by giving you something to explore while mining. Now finally, about 300 blocks away from the village, we come to the mansion. It sits on the edge of a lake with some mountains in the distance. This mansion actually only has one single room on the top 3rd floor of the building. On the bottom floor, I found this maze type room which leads to loot at the end of it. And on the middle floor, I found a chicken room. So yeah, there's this seed which features a mansion about 1,000 blocks from spawn and has some icebergs at spawn. Now I want to share with you a seed that features a mansion just over 900 blocks away from spawn. When jumping into the seed and looking around, I quickly noticed a shipwreck underwater. The dark oak and spruce shipwreck is actually a full looking ship. There are actually 3 different chest locations on this ship. In the first, I found some solid ore loot. In the second, I just found some general loot. And the third, I found some treasure map loot. This shipwreck is actually close to an ocean ruin too. This ocean ruin has a chest in the open for you to loot. But another location in the ocean a bit further away from spawn is an ocean monument. This is nice to have at least relatively close to your spawn location, but far enough away not to really bother you in any way. And finally, in this general spawn location, nearly directly underneath where your spawn point is a skeleton spawner. I know I've shown plenty of spawners in this video, but this one being right at your spawn location is especially nice to find, and it's certainly in a nice useful location for you with it being at spawn. Now when we head to the mansion, we see that it sits completely surrounded by the trees of the roofed forest. Inside of the mansion on the bottom floor, I found this room with a pumpkin and melon farm. On the second floor, I found this little arena room, which in my experience always has something useful in the chest. And finally, I counted 11 rooms on the top floor of this mansion, so a pretty sizable mansion. What makes this mansion so great though is that there's a pillager outpost nearby, just about 140 blocks to the north. This outpost that sits in the middle of a plains field just looks like it's meant to be located near a mansion in my opinion. And finally, I want to show you a couple of other locations that are awesome within this seed. The first is a village towards the side of spawn opposite of the mansion. I just wanted to point out this village because there are tons of buildings packed into one small area. This gives you a ton to explore here. I also wanted to share this Mushroom Island location. It's pretty small, which you can see on my missed map, and it's not actually an island. It's connected to other pieces of land in multiple areas. It was just kind of cool to see this. Of course, not even including all of the various locations I showed you, this seed featuring a mansion with a pillager outpost nearby makes it worth checking out with that location alone. Next up, let's look at this seed that features a mansion less than 600 blocks from spawn, but also spawns you right next to a mesa biome. Spawning a close distance to a mansion is great, but the mesa being right next to you when spawning in just takes this seed to another level. I always love finding mesa biomes. There are also a couple of villages near spawn too. The first is the Spruce Village. This village is only 160 blocks away from your spawn point. The village is almost fully surrounded by a river, which is pretty cool. About 250 blocks away from the first village is the second village. This village isn't really the biggest village. It's sort of shaped like an L, which I just thought was an interesting way for the village to generate. The mansion in this seed is near a birch forest, with multiple points of the mansion generating in water. The top floor has 4 rooms, and that includes an arena room, which I pointed out earlier usually has useful loot in the chest. On the first floor, I saw 2 of these checkered-like rooms. Not really sure what they are supposed to be, but yeah, that's what I found. To finish off this seed, I want to mention that along the edge of the mesa, there are various locations to explore. I'm going to show you just a few of them. First, there is a village with a desert temple inside of it. The temple generates buried under sand and it looks like it's a part of the village. I'm not sure if I've ever seen a temple generate so fittingly inside of a village like this one. Additionally, there are 2 villages within about 200 blocks away from each other too. The first one just sits on the edge of the mesa. There's nothing too crazy that I found about this village. It's just sort of a standard desert village, but it's a great place to go in order to explore and loot. The other village is just another desert village. However, this one spawns mostly within the mesa. This is just a really awesome way to see a village generate. So yeah, between the mesa at spawn, the mesa village, the villages near spawn, and the mansion near spawn, this seed just has so much to offer. To finish off, I'm sharing a seed that features the mansion closest to spawn out of all of the seeds in this video. The mansion in this seed is just about 300 blocks away from your spawn location. But that's not all that's near spawn, as there are multiple locations close to your spawn point in this seed. The first location is a village about 200 blocks away from your spawn. It's a great looking plains village and it has a weaponsmith, which is always great for some solid loot. The second location is a witch hut. Of course, as I mentioned during the witch hut mansion seed, they aren't the most exciting things to find, but it's cool to know that it's there at least. And it's only about 250 blocks away from spawn. And the last location on this side of spawn is a woodland mansion. This mansion generates near a swamp biome and by a ravine too. There are multiple of these jail type rooms on the first floor of the mansion. Again, an arena room with that chest on the second floor. And there are 6 rooms on the top floor, including another arena room. In the other direction from spawn, I wanted to point out one final location in this seed. This village is just over 300 blocks away from spawn. I thought this village was especially cool because the village center tree and bell location looks like it's actually located in the center of the village, which really doesn't happen as often as I wish it would. The few locations that I shared that are quite close to spawn make this a seed that is worth checking out. So there you have 5 mansion seeds that are working in Minecraft Java 1.14 versions. Let me know which one of the seeds in this video was your favorite. Also, if you have found any more mansion seeds or just seeds you think people may like, definitely share the seed ID code in the comments so people can check it out. And tell us all about the seed too. Let us know why we should try it out. I really like making these 1.14 seed videos, so look out for some more seed videos featuring mansions, villages, outposts, and more. Be sure to subscribe and click the bell so you'll be notified when those videos are released. But that's going to do it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed and found a seed you may want to use. I'm out of here. See ya.